Well, the cage is coming down behind me on what has been a massive night for mixed martial arts here in Cardiff. Headed up with the huge news that Wales has a new world bantamweight champion in the Cage Warriors promotion. Jack Shaw produced a dominant all-round display to claim victory over Mike Ekindeo in the third round. A thoroughly impressive performance from Jack Shaw to fuel speculation of a future move to UFC. But tonight was all about Cage Warriors and a tremendous promotion here in Cardiff. The crowd loved it. The atmosphere was electric. There was disappointment for Welshman Josh Reed lower down the main card tonight, beaten by Scotsman Scott Malone in the bantamweight division. But good news for Cardiff in the welterweights as Aaron Khalid claimed victory over Hakon Foss with a controversial early submission victory for the Cardiffian. There was world featherweight title action as well. Victory for Dean Truman, who had looked in trouble against Aidan Lee before coming back to claim victory. But tonight is mainly about Mr. Jack Shaw, who has brought it home to Wales as he told Radio Cardiff he would do, and has won the world bantamweight title in the Cage Warriors promotion. A great night for MMA, shows what the sport can achieve in this part of the world and beyond. And I've been Chris O'Brien for Radio Cardiff. So I'm with Jack Shaw for Radio Cardiff 98.7 FM, but I'm not just with Jack Shaw, I'm with the world bantamweight champion, the champ, Cage Warriors champion. You've just come through a comfortable, dominant victory over Mike Ekindeo here at the Ice Arena, Wales. You've got that belt on your shoulder. How does it feel to be world champion, Jack?
It feels amazing. You know, it feels amazing to get the belt, amazing to beat a high-level guy like Mike, but also amazing to shut a couple of people up. There's a lot of people doubting me before this fight, you know. People are quick to say, for some reason, that I am fought high-level caliber guys, which is false. You know, look at my track record. So it's nice to silence a few people and just show that I am the real deal. That I can hang in there with the best in here. You know, Mike's known for his heavy wrestle game and his ground and pound, and I sort of fought him at his own game and come out on top. So it means a lot to me, all aspects of it. Not
just a high-caliber fighter, another unbeaten fighter. In the build-up to the fight, there was some speculation as to whether Ekindeo's strength could trouble you. That didn't seem a problem at all.
No, you know, I didn't think it would be. I was expecting him to come out strong, which he did, but as soon as we exchanged in our first clinch, I felt that I wasn't out-strengthened anyway. Technically, I felt that I had the upper hand, and you see now with the trips and the reversals, you know, he got me down nice in the second round, but I knew it was a matter of time before I got up. I was just waiting for that moment, and I think, you know, I probably spent a little bit less time in the second round on top than he did. You know, he was on me for a little bit longer, but I think you could see I done a lot more damage and a lot more in my position than what he did when he was on top of me. And yeah, just felt good to show that, you know, maybe now people will see that I got the all-round game that I keep telling everyone I've got.
That's the word. It struck me as a real all-round performance. That must be really rewarding. That little bit of trouble you had in the second, you came back and finished that round stronger. But just everything, it was a real all-round display tonight.
Yeah, it was a long time coming. This, you know, it's a team effort. Like Richard Shaw, my MMA coach; Carl Parker, my wrestling and MMA coach; Gary Lockett, my boxing coach; Crew Him, my Thai coach; Greg Carlo, my S&C coach. They all working together to bring out the best in me, and you know, they all work as a team. It's not like I'm, you know, they all gel together. It's not like I'm just going here. I'm not jumping between gyms or whatever. We're gelling together to create the final product. And every time I fight, I get better. You know, if I fought myself, you know, if I fought the Jack Shaw that fought Von Lee, I would smash him. So I'm getting better every time I'm in there. I'm improving every time I'm in there, and it's showing in my performances.
If I had a belt like that, I'd never take it off. It's a nice early Christmas present. You must be wearing that all through the festive season, surely.
This ain't going to move far from my shoulder. I've told my missus to shift up a bit in bed tonight because this is going up the middle. So I'm gonna. If anyone don't like seeing me with this belt, get used to it, because I'm not taking it off for a couple of days. Let me tell you.
You've had a couple of busy training camps in a row. Are you looking forward to having a bit of a rest now? Will you get a bit of a rest over Christmas, and how will you unwind?
Yeah, a little bit of rest over Christmas. I still train, still keep active, but won't be obviously so intense. I'll just be winding down a little bit. A couple of little knocks and bruises. I got to heal up, and obviously I've had 2 tough fight camps back to back, training for 2 world titles. I know the last one fell through, but trained for 2 world title fights. So just a little bit of downtime, relax with my family and my friends, you know, get back socialising again, not just living in the gym. And we'll be ready to go then, you know, next year, April, May time.
I always think it's a bit disrespectful when people talk to fighters who've just come out of the cage and ask them who they're going to fight next. But there was a big performance further down the bill. Scott Malone winning against your stablemate, Josh Reed. Would that be a fight of bantamweight that might interest you? Getting a bit of Wales v Scotland revenge there as well.
Yeah, I mean, look, Scott's a high level guy. I don't like the old thing of I'm gonna go out there and avenge and get revenge for Josh, because it don't work like that. Every fight's different. If Cage Warriors say you're fighting Scott next, then I'm fighting Scott next. Ian Dean does the matchmaking, I do the fighting. So they pay me to fight. Whoever they text me with, whoever Graham messages me with, if he says I'm fighting Scott, I'm fighting Scott. If he says I'm fighting someone else, I fight someone else. It's not my say. Me and my coaches are confident against whoever. So whoever they put me in there with, I'll be ready and ready to go for that guy, whether it's Scott or someone else. But well done to him. It was a big win. I know how good Josh is, having trained him every day. Gutted to see Josh lose, because he's a lot better than what he showed in there tonight. He just got caught early, but well done to Scott. And if we meet in the future, then it'll be a great fight. One
thing Cage Warriors have announced literally in the last few minutes is April the 27th back here for Cage Warriors 104. How does that sound? Does that sound about the right kind of time that you want to get back in that cage?
Yeah, perfect for me. To be honest, I don't being the champ now. I don't feel like I need to fight outside of Wales. If they come into Wales twice a year, they're going to need me to sell this arena out. So April sounds good, and give me a couple of weeks to heal up, and then we'll start speaking about who we fight next and what the plans are.
And it was billed as the biggest event in the promotion's history. It certainly lived up to the hype. What a night! What about that atmosphere here in Cardiff? It was incredible, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's insane. It's like a couple of years ago I went to watch UFC in Dublin. It wasn't the McGregor one. It was when Duffy was meant to fight Poirier, but it fell through. But Paddy Ulan fought in the main event, and me and my old man went out. It was before I won the European Amateurs a couple of weeks before, and the atmosphere out there was insane. Paddy Ulan stepped in last minute to fight main event, and it was nuts out there. And that's what it reminds me of. Despite only having probably 4,000 people in here, it was 10,000 in there. It just reminded me of that, and it's only going to get bigger and bigger. Every time I come back to fight now, it's just going to get big. You've seen it. Look how big the last one was, and then you come here 10 weeks later, and it's twice as big. So the next one's going to be twice as big again, and I'm looking forward to it.
Jack, you told us in the build-up it was coming home. It's come home. Congratulations, world champion Jack Shaw. All the best from Radio Cardiff.
Top man, thanks a lot.